When I was 6 years old, many of you know the story, experienced a terror attack in my neighborhood in Jerusalem, where it changed my life. The number 12 bus that blew up. And then I decided when I grew up, I wanted to become a volunteer and save lives. Well, we started with a small group of 15 volunteers in Jerusalem. And it just grew and grew because it's such an amazing thing. Think about it. God forbid a little child is choking, and you know about it, and you're watching TV now, and you're watching the Super Bowl, and your neighbor is choking, his son is choking. You just jump out of bed, you jump out of your room, watching TV, and you go save that little kid. We started with 15 volunteers, and now all over Israel we have over 3,000 volunteers. The Hatzalah model, which is unbelievable, having volunteers respond within the community-based emergency caregivers, responding by an app that locates the closest 5 volunteers within 3 seconds, using these motorcycles and recycles, using their own private car, and using volunteers allows us to get there to all these 260,000 emergencies last year in under 3 minutes. Well, you know, this idea is so good that we are copied of many, many other countries. Of course, Hatzalah of New York is here and saving lives every single day, including Dean, the producer this evening. Hatzalah of New York. And all the rest of Hatzalahs all around the world. But this idea of ambulance cycles, technology, and volunteers are copied in many other places, including in Jersey City, where we have a group. We have a group here tonight from Jersey City, which I'm proud that we see here together in one room, in this room, watching Lipa and the 8th Day and soon coming Jay Leno, a group of volunteers who come from all sectors, Muslims, Christians, and Jews, who are saving lives in Jersey City. So my wife, Kitty, is very jealous, because she says, Ellie, every time I come back from an emergency, I'm a medic myself, I treat many people and I save many people's lives. And my kids see it all the time, and they say, we want to save lives too. So I told my daughter, she was 15 years old, you know, I started when I'm 15. When you become 15, you go volunteer in an ambulance in Jerusalem, and maybe you'll save lives. So she became a volunteer. Then my other daughter, when she became 15, she also became a volunteer. So Kitty, my wife, got jealous. She's sitting right here, and she decided she wants to become a volunteer too. So she went through the course, and she actually just passed the course. Just 2 days ago, I get a text message from Hatzalah's dispatch in Jerusalem where we see over 800 emergencies happening every day, and we see how people save lives. They send me a message. They said, in Rehov Aliyat Anor, which is in Ramot, where I live, and I'm busy here with a concert. Your 2 daughters and your wife just saved a 56-year-old man who had a heart attack right across the street of your home, and they use your medical equipment you have in your car. My wife Kitty saved a person's life right after she actually did it. I'm very proud of you for letting me do all these years saving lives and fighting for United Hatzalah to save and grow and save more lives. I'm very proud of our children, our 5 children who are doing this and following your footsteps of chesed, which is really the essence of Judaism. And you all know the essence of Judaism is v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Do to the other what you would want others to do to you, which means chesed. And this is what United Hatzalah is. It's not only saving a person. It's not only helping someone. It's actually changing their life and becoming a chesed man, like a superman, a superwoman, a chesed person, which means 24/7. Every single day of your life, you put towards others. You make sure that people know that you are available for them any time of the day and night. And it's amazing because I've seen volunteers who run around with pajamas 3 o'clock in the morning to a lady having a heart attack. It's not really their job. It's the 911 service job. They get the call. They're obligated to go. They get sometimes paid for this. And they're supposed to go help this lady having a heart attack. No, but these volunteers of Hatzalah volunteers, United Hatzalah volunteers, take the responsibility and say, yes, even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and it's freezing outside, and it's snowing, and it's wet, I will leave my home, even if I need to run around with pajamas in the street, and go help that person having a heart attack. And I'm so proud of these 3,000 volunteers in Israel and thousands all around the world who are doing this. Kol hakavod, I'm honored to be part of this organization. So they have so many people, so many people of you to thank, but I want to thank in particular one of our volunteers, Chaim Matias, who this morning, Chaim Matias lives in Jerusalem. I love him very much. He goes out to 4 emergencies every single day, in average, which is unbelievable. 4 emergencies during the day or night. He drives one of these motorcycles. And this morning, that a kid who was hit by a car accident, unfortunately, kid was in a serious condition and he was killed in Jerusalem. Chaim Matias, together with another 6 volunteers, were trying to save his life and worked on this little boy. And unfortunately, he passed away. And Chaim Matias called me up a few minutes later and he says, a while back, he just called me back and he says, I had such a hard day with this kid dying. But an hour after this emergency, I had another emergency call about a child with an asthma attack, only 6 years old, and he had a terrible asthma attack, and I got there exactly the time before he lost pulse, and I saved his life. He says it changed literally it changed my life forever, knowing that I just saved a 6-year-old boy. So to all these men and women who are doing this, I want to say thank you. And I have one more person I want to thank before we're going to go towards the end and thank every single one who made this thing happen, made this thing possible. This is our first event we ever do in New York in such a capacity. We do this every year in Israel. This is a very special day for me and for United Hatzalah. But I want to thank my partner, aside from my wife, she's my real partner, but my partner in United Hatzalah is someone who puts not only his life, his money, his family, every single moment of the day to make this organization happen and grow. Mark Gerson, our chairman.